I interviewed 6 different companies, six different builders. I had a slew of questions that I went through, and I talked to a lot of people that had used those different builders. I was very thorough. I was very concerned about how smoothly the process would or would not go, and also very aware that whoever we chose, we were in it for the long haul. And I spoke to a lot of different people, word of mouth down here, friends, neighbors that had also done construction, and I very quickly narrowed it down to 2 builders, and then Richard and I met with both of those builders, and we very quickly decided that we would use Ed for the project.
We just felt the most comfortable with him. His personality fit our personality, which held true through the project. He was very easy to work with, and that came across in our meeting. Ed has a lot of experience building down here at the shore, so while we had experience from our house that we lived in previously, he brought a lot of good perspective as far as what happened at the shore, where people would want to be, which side of the house you would want to be on at different times of the day and throughout the year. And we had a lot of experience ourselves, but him being down here on a permanent basis and on building so many houses helped us a lot in making those decisions. There were a lot of situations where between both the architect and ourselves, we had different ideas on what we wanted to do. It was a very good process in that it was helpful for me, who has very little background in any of this, to sit and hear, my wife has an opinion, she has some background. Ed would have an opinion with his vast background, and our architect would have an opinion. It was a good collaborative discussion where people might disagree on what we're going to do, but we'd go through what the decisions could be and the pluses and minuses of all those decisions. So it was very helpful for me in helping make the final decisions on what we ended up doing.
I feel like I did enough homework, talking to the town, finding the architect, finding a builder that we could work with, that it was easy. It was not stressful. It went smoothly. And I would almost be afraid to do it again, because I don't think it could go this well. But it was a good process. Since we had previously had a home on the ocean, we knew what spaces we lived in. We knew we lived in the kitchen, the dining room, and the screened-in porch. So for us, it was a really easy place to start, and everything sort of built from there. We spent a lot of time, Ed and I and the team spent a lot of time in the process talking about the transition between the different spaces, and how you would transition between the kitchen and the screened-in porch, and then from the screened-in porch onto the outdoor patio, where the doors should be located, how they should open, the flow of traffic, and you can see it in the end product. There was a lot of thought that went into it. It didn't just happen. The design was great to start with, but it was tweaked, and Ed was instrumental in that. For example, in the kitchen, we have the island, which is the counter height, and we have a waterfall, another console or island that's smaller, and we weren't sure what size it would be, what height it would be, exactly where it would go, and Ed brought it in, and it was one height, and we pushed it around and left it for the weekend, and that's how it ended up where it is now. Dearborn did all of the built-ins, did the kitchen, bathrooms, and you can tell in the trim, in the moldings, in the cabinetry, in the finishes, that it's all done by one company. It's not just prefabricated and put in.
I would say it was an enjoyable experience, and I don't hear many people ever say that when they finish a project as large as this, and everything worked well. Things never go perfectly. When things didn't go perfectly, everyone was honest about what was going on, so you could correct it and move forward. And it was just a good back and forth process that was, learn about building a house, and got a beautiful house built, and end up in a position where we still like our builder.
It went much more smoothly than I could have ever hoped it would go. As I said, I was very hesitant coming into it, and I would definitely recommend Dearborn.